Thank you so much. I am delighted to share with you many of the insights in my most recent book, which is called Venus on Fire, Mars on Ice. Creating the hormones of love, desire, and healthy aging. So if you're my age, or any time around my age, you're concerned about hormones. But the reality is, even at 25 years old, a man's hormones start decreasing by 1.5% every year. Of course, what hormone is that? Testosterone. And tonight we're going to learn about how important testosterone is for men. And for women, as they age, their hormones also begin to decrease. So by the time both men and women are 50 years old, they've lost half of the hormones that make them feel really good. And the hormones that make us unhealthy have risen to much higher levels. Now, there's a lot of experts today that talk about hormones, and in my own world, I'm not an expert in medicine. I'm an expert in relationships. So while everybody's over here looking at, all right, let's measure how many hormones you're missing and let's give you more hormones, I spent the last 15 years teaching men and women how to make small shifts in their behavior that would stimulate an abundance of the hormones of desire and love, and the consequence is healthy aging. I used to be 6 inches bigger right here. And now I'm 58 years old, and I'm back to this guy that I was in my 30s. Now what happened? I learned, and my wife learned, how to stimulate the hormone testosterone. Because the National Institute of Health actually reports that you don't even have to measure a man's testosterone levels. You just have to measure his waist size, and you have his testosterone levels. So as men get older, their testosterone levels start to drop. They start putting on a bigger and bigger belly. We're not designed to have our hormones go down. Something has happened, and I'm going to talk about what has happened in our society that causes our hormones to go down. And so many women today, they say, well, you know, now I'm going through menopause. I don't have my ovaries in order to make estrogen. So of course, doesn't it make sense we should take estrogen? Well, do you think that your body's not designed to make estrogen when your ovaries go? Of course your body's designed to do that. You have something called the adrenal gland. And the adrenal gland is designed to make your estrogen, to make your progesterone. And of course for women, part of all that weight gain that women get is they don't make enough progesterone. And when they don't make enough progesterone, progesterone is the fat-burning hormone. And they have something called estrogen dominance. Estrogen is the fat-storing hormone. So with more estrogen dominating the progesterone, women start packing on the weight. And they go, how do I get rid of it? Well, I see women and men in gyms over 50, because I'm there. They're trotting along, they're struggling. They go, my body doesn't change like it used to. It's not working anymore. What is that? It's all about hormonal balance. And what I discovered is you don't have to, if you want to go my way, you don't have to replace your body with hormones. You can learn how to stimulate your body to make those hormones. We're designed that way. There's still many cultures in the world where women don't go through all the menopausal symptoms. As soon as the ovaries stop making the estrogen, the adrenal gland, it's been making plenty all along. Why can't it make enough hormones at the time of menopause, for example? Is because for the 20 years up to menopause, her adrenal glands have been exhausted. And we're going to learn about adrenal exhaustion and how to basically to turn back the clock, to go back and repair your adrenals, to restore healthy adrenal function. And it's not like a long, arduous process. And that's what we'll be sharing. I'll be sharing with you. You'll be learning some new insights, how you can stimulate in your relationships, or even if you're single, how you can stimulate the hormones of desire, which now, using more technical terms, is the hormone called testosterone. The hormone of love, which is the hormone called oxytocin. We're going to learn about oxytocin. I've been talking about it for 25 years, and finally, 6 years ago, a university did the research to prove what used to be just a theory, which is this hormone, oxytocin, is the hormone that lowers stress for women. The hormone testosterone is the hormone that helps men cope with stress. The evidence for this, which is radical, is they can measure stress levels. Stress levels are often called cortisol. Cortisol levels, when a man goes to work, they rise, and they fluctuate during the day. When a woman goes to work, her cortisol levels go twice as high. Twice as high. Then, when he comes home, this is the basic scenario of Venus on fire and Mars on ice. When he walks in that door, he goes, yes, my day is over. The house could be a total mess, but he doesn't see it. What does he see? That's it. If you measure his stress levels in his body, literally, as he approaches his couch, his cortisol levels dramatically drop. His stress levels drop. He sits back, oh my goodness, really nice, unbuttons his button, great. What I didn't know and discovered very quickly is my wife was upstairs, and she's from Venus. Little antennas immediately went out of her head, and they began going beep, 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 beep. And what were they telling her? Inactive man. Can get help. And she would then come ask me to do stuff. So I have to do it because she asked me to do it, but next time I said, now I know why I've got magazines around the house. She feels like I'm having a conversation with someone and she doesn't want to interrupt. Have you ever noticed when guys are like sitting on their couch and you start asking them stuff, how's your day, honey? He goes, fine. Well, what happened? Nothing. The same. You sound kind of upset with me. No, I'm not upset with you. Well, you certainly sound upset. I said, well, I wasn't upset until you started asking me all these questions. I don't want to talk. I'm watching the game here. I'm watching the news here. Can I do that? And what he's doing is something that women, their bodies, to a certain degree can relate to, but not even close to the need that men have. It was amazing to me many years ago, and that's how I can update the Men Are From Mars material so much. Not only is the world different, but we have so much more information about hormones. And I remember reading the study which showed that when a man sits on a couch, picks up his remote control and turns on his TV set and relaxes, his testosterone levels begin to increase. Now, what does more testosterone mean, women? That means he now has the energy to clean the garage. That means if the computer's broke, he'll sit down and work for 8 hours on that computer. If there's a leak in the roof, he'll go climb the roof and be freezing cold or whatever it takes. It takes testosterone to do that stuff. And also, once he learns, and we will learn, how he can create romance. Very easily. Don't panic, men. You will learn the simplest ways to create romance. He's in the mood for romance. See, women are always saying, my husband's on ice. He used to be passionate. He used to be interested. Now he's not even interested. Like my wife. This is Venus. A little bit like her closet, but a little bit bigger, her closet. What is this? This is the fashion industry. It's accessories. Women love accessories. And what accessories do? Their husbands don't even know this. She puts on all the accessories to say, here I am. So I learned this early on. I've done the learning curve for you men so you can get the insights without spending a long time and getting into a lot of trouble. So I'm like pacing the floor. We're late for a party. What I didn't know is whenever you're late for a party, she's upstairs picking out her accessories. She's working hard to look good. So now she comes down the stairs with all her accessories and she stops and goes. And I'm looking at her like, why she stopped? We're late, honey. Come on, let's go. See, she's standing there. My job is supposed to be, wow, honey, you haven't worn those earrings in a while. They look great. And she goes, yes, it took 15 minutes to pick them out. She won't say that, but she's going, somebody notices. This is what women need. And men don't understand that because we're men. We're different. On our planet, we don't necessarily have to be noticed for our accessories. So there aren't a lot of male accessories. What there are is male tools. So we'll go over to the tool bench on Mars. We love to fix things. See, she wants to be beautiful and be seen. Not that she can't fix things, but this is going to stimulate oxytocin. Whenever I compliment her, whenever I notice her, whenever I see her, when I run and give her a hug, guess what hormone gets produced? Oxytocin. Oxytocin then lowers stress levels.